Good morning. Welcome to the Community Calendar. I'm Jazze, and today my guest is Tyler Patmon. He is the founder and CEO of Camp Exposure. You guys have some exciting events coming up. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Yes, Jazze, thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, so I want to first talk about what's coming up first, which is this Dallas Cowboys College and Job Info Fair. It's going to be at the AT&T Stadium, April 27th. From 4 to 5. So tell us about that particular event.
Well, that particular event is just an opportunity for us to be able to reach the youth, reach these young high school students on learning, the things that they need to know in order to be successful, right? Whether it's during football, after football, whatever sport they might be in, it's just an opportunity for them to explore those options and grow in their financial literacy, their personal branding, their job ready, everything that comes with that on the mental and spiritual side.
Mm-hmm. Now, how did you guys team up with the Dallas Cowboys for this, since it is going to be at AT&T Stadium?
Yeah, so one of our co-founders, Lubbock Smith, he has a resume of doing things like this in the collegiate field. He is a former academic advisor. So he's done things like this in the past. And so we've had a relationship with Whitney Faulkner, who was able to connect us with this opportunity and put this together. So it's a very great deal, great opportunity for us.
It's so cool. And so does it cost to attend this event, or do they have to register or anything?
Yes, it is a registered event. We have been reaching out to different high schools across the city in order to get their students to register.
So you have to register through your high school. You couldn't just have a parent sign their child up?
We have a flyer that we put out in order for kids to register. And that's something that we also will be posting on our website today.
Okay, that's perfect. And where's your website?
thecampexposure.com. thecampexposure.com.
All right. So let's talk more about Camp Exposure, right? You founded this organization. Why did you start it, and what's the mission?
That's a great question. So I'll tell you first, the reason why we started is, of course, I grew up, former athlete, played in the NFL for 5 years, and growing up, that is something that I always wanted to do. And God blessed me with the opportunity to actually do that, right? But as I was growing up, a lot of your friends, your cousins, your peers around you, they have the same goals and aspirations. But as we started to get older, you started to see some of them started to realize that wasn't going to happen, right? Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, in our communities, when that happens, a lot of times, because we put sports on this altar, we put it on this pedestal, when we realize that that's not going to happen, a lot of us feel worthless, or we have no purpose. We have no gifts or talents. And so me being in the position I was always able to see that, right? And it's something that God put on my heart to truly try to do something about. And that is truly how Camp Exposure started. And so now, we are a nonprofit organization. We describe ourselves as a faith-based, holistic youth development program that is centered around student athletes, right? Okay. And our goal is to really help these athletes find their identity beyond sports, right? Help them to understand that God has blessed them with gifts and talents, and we want to help them develop those to a professional career and successful life.
I love it. This is fantastic.
Thank you.
I didn't know much about it, so I'm learning like everybody else.
Right. Yeah.
So this is really cool that you guys are allowing us to share this information with the community. So that's what Camp Exposure is all about. But not only do you have the event coming up with the Dallas Cowboys on April 27th, but it doesn't end there. You also have a camp that is happening in the summertime. So give us some more details about the camp.
Yes, ma'am. So we are actually putting together a list of events. April 30th, we have a golfing event with Cedar Crest Golf Course. And then, like you said, July 8th through the 10th is our annual football camp, which is how this whole organization started, right? And again, it's just an opportunity for us to get these young men in the building and teach them about life off the field, right? And pour into them about our 7 pillars. We talk about professional development, financial literacy, talk about their mental and spiritual health, right? Their nutrition, financial literacy, relationship skills, all these things that, sometimes we just don't think about as athletes. We kind of get caught up in the on the field, right? But there's so much more that goes into being a professional in football and outside of it.
You know what? You make a really good point. I spoke with someone not too long ago about financial literacy, and it shocked so many people to see athletes who made it in the NFL and just various sports, and they stopped playing and no longer have any money because they did not know how to manage the money that they made because they never grew up with that information. And so when you have these young kids coming up, it is really important to show them the importance of financial literacy so they understand about how to save for their money and save for the rainy day. And on top of that, I think it's also good to let them know that, hey, when you stop playing, you can also be good at something else. Like you said before, that the sport doesn't have to be everything. And I'm really glad that you guys are equipping these young men and women with that information. So if the parents or anyone would like to sign up for those camps, how does that work?
Well, right now, our camp is invite only, but we are accepting registration. So people can just go on our website, click on the events tab, and you will see our football camp there. You click on it, register. And then what we'll do, we'll send out official invites later on in the month of May in order to really get our camp rolling. So that's how you can register for that. And, as an organization, we also have our mentorship program and our youth sports league that we are starting, right? And that's an opportunity for us to reach just a greater amount of kids, right? And to pour into them and to open our doors to different athletes, to different youth, period. We understand what we're teaching them is not just valuable for athletes, but for all youth in that area.
Absolutely. Now, this seems like it's a little competitive. You said the camp is only going to host 100 DFW high school football students. So I'm not going to let you pass by. So, Tyler, is this competitive?
Well, this is kind of our nature. Everything we do is competitive.
Yeah, I knew it.
The thing about it is we just understand the environment. We understand the resources, the knowledge that we are giving. We want it to be an environment to where people are really able to soak in everything that we are giving, right? So just understanding if we have 500 kids, yeah, that's great. But are we really being productive with those 500 kids? And so us doing 100 kids gives us the opportunity to really hone in with those kids that are there, to pour into them and to help them realize the opportunities. Is like we're going to be putting these guys up in the hotel rooms.
Oh, really?
Free meals, free gear. And so, on our end, of course, it's not cheap, but at the same time, we want them to understand how great of an opportunity this is.
I see. So does it cost to be a part of the camp?
It's absolutely free. Everything is free. And that's just part of our nonprofit organization.
Wow. 100 kids free?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
That is amazing.
Thank you.
So what are the age groups?
The age groups is high school, right? So we want to keep it 9 through 12. Really, we understand these guys are kind of on their last years before they have to leave their home, make that transition. And so we want to be able to supply them with that knowledge and resources.
Okay. And this is for anyone within the DFW area. They could be Fort Worth, Arlington. It doesn't matter.
Yes, ma'am. Everybody.
Okay, well, this is awesome. All right, guys, if you want to sign up, it's absolutely free. That makes it even better. It doesn't hurt to try, right? So just go to the website, thecampexposure.com/event, and you can get all the information that you need on that. But the first event that they have coming up is going to be at the AT&T Stadium on April 27th, and that's going to be from 4 to 5. What's the deadline in regards to the camp in order to sign up?
We'll be taking registrations all the way up probably mid-May, and then we'll make some selections, send out invites in order that we can get rolling in June. We'll be doing some things before the camp with the kids to kind of prepare them for the actual day of the camp.
I see. Okay. So make sure you go to the website and sign your child up to get all the information. If anybody else has any other questions or they want to reach out to you, are you on social media at all?
Yes. Everything is at The Camp Exposure. Twitter and Instagram are the ones that we're active on.
All right. Thank you so much for this wonderful information. I appreciate it.
Yes. Thank you.